Hi. Camera, check. Microphone. I'm Teddy Cool. I ain't no fool. I'm young, but I'm from the old school. Check. What's up, y'all? I'm Teddy Cool, and today I'm the host of.
Hey.
Excuse me. You in the frame.
I know.
You in the frame.
I know that.
Just let me do this.
No.
Come on, man. Just
No.
let me do this. Let me do this
Go.
today. Just today, man.
Let's go.
Some people. Not cool, man. Not cool.
It's my show.
You know, we're like brothers, man. Brother from another mother or something.
care.
It's actually more complicated, you know, because clones and stuff.
Exactly. Now go.
Yo, I'm more than just a clone, man. I'm you. You're me. This and me means this and yourself, my niggas. Let me just finish this.
I don't care.
Just today, man. Yo, hey, chill,
Go.
chill.
Go.
I'm good.
Run.
Some people, yo, temper. It's a long story.
Hi, I'm Teddy Neptune, and today I'm doing a behind the scenes 2020 special. And before you ask, I know I haven't been uploading for a month or so. Okay, they treated me well. I mean, I wasn't kidnapped. Okay, there were no aliens. Okay, if anyone asked, no, there were no aliens. Okay, you are paranoid. I just had some trouble with some clones, as you know, everybody knows that, right? That and some other work, you know, some work which kept me busy. Now, YouTube is not my job, not my profession. I'm not saying this to justify being inactive for a month. I'm just saying that I also have another job to do. Now, I'm an event technician, and I know that because of the pandemic, obviously there is much to do. I mean, I should know. But people are still creative and they find ways. For example, you remove the guests, you know, the crowd that is basically the health risk, and you replace them with a camera team, just a few camera people, and cameras and video recording equipment, and of course you still keep the lighting, the sound equipment, you keep the stage itself, all of that, and you just do that. People working with distance to each other. Most of the stuff you see in this one large room is just equipment. You have the crane, which is a robot rather than a person. Doesn't get sick. I should know because I'm a cyborg. And that stuff. So I still had some things to do. Okay. My last gig was in the opening of a museum which is also kind of a castle and like a platform or forum for cultural projects of different kinds. It's supposed to be some kind of international exchange of arts and so on. So they had this curator and a host and that stuff, you know. So I still had some work to do. And that's what pays the bills. So couldn't just ignore it, okay? And yeah, I also had some work at a warehouse where they store and maintain the equipment, because that's also important, of course. You can't just leave it there. At least some person has to, you know, just look after it. The second reason I took so long to upload something is I have finally finished writing my first book, my novel, fantasy novel. Fantasy. So if you are not into that, then you probably don't care. But I have finished kind of writing it, not published, not even being given to an editor. Although yes, one editor looked at the prologue and 2 chapters and said the story is interesting and liked how things progress, but found some things which are a bit repetitive in the phrasings, some minor things which need to be addressed. And I also showed it to my friends, at least, some chapters that I turned into PDFs. 567 pages, 27 chapters, if you include the prologue and the epilogue. Lots of that, lots of reading. And my friends who probably have bias in favor of, saying that I did some good job, they said that they also like it so far. But one has university, the other has university, the other has work because he takes care of old people, and guess who needs most attention nowadays? No time for that. And this is why I think it will still take some time. Yeah. But I am optimistic. Now, I'm not going to advertise my book here. I just think it is going to be good. I know humility is a virtue, but if even a professional editor says that at least the beginning is great, assuming my writing is consistent from beginning to end, it is going to be good. Very nice. Okay. But enough about that. I will talk about my book in other videos under my other channel, okay? Because this is a reaction channel. Who cares about books? Teddy, go stick your books elsewhere. I know. I have this new stuff. As you can see, green screen. The microphone and the camera are the same. The microphone is actually good. I just don't have training in speaking and talking. And I should have, of course, because I have made lots of YouTube videos, but it's a bit different when you just edit on the microphone, talking to people who aren't even there, compared to an actual talker in front of a live crowd, you know what I mean? So there's a difference. And without professional training, of course, you sound like a bag of cornflakes, just shaking or something like that. Happens. The camera is actually, it's a streaming webcam for gamers. Okay, I know this is poor. I know how poor this is, but it's still better than my original videos where I had like this cheap microphone because I didn't have a real microphone. Yeah, so same camera, same mic, but green screen. I have lighting equipment which I'm going to show you. As you can see, one of them, one luminaire, another one, second one. Okay. This is a new room, a studio. The reason why the video looks so bad now is because of light and reflection. You need to do some work to make a webcam look good. And as you can see, you still have my guitar. I still have my guitar, my bass, my keyboard, all that stuff. The mattress will be removed. My working gear, you can't really recognize much except for the robe or Roby bag. Roby is, I believe, a Czech company, and they create lighting equipment, and that's what I work with, which is why I got one of them. It was actually like a merchandise gift kind of thing. Yeah, so that's that. Oh yeah, my desk. So the reflections are because of the lighting and all of that. Don't worry about that. Here's my microphone, as you can see. My second display. I have my LED stripes, and again, the upper ones aren't turned on. They are not broken. They are just not turned on because I don't need that much lighting. In total, I just need the right one, not the quantity. So move it to the right place, right? So as you can see behind me, I have the Movavi video editor, which I got for 30 euros, or almost 30 euros. It was a special offer. I have a lifetime license, and this video editor is not what the professionals use, I guess, but it has all the stuff that I need, You can crop, rotate, you can increase volume, opacity, you can move stuff around, as you can see here. And you know, so if I remove myself a little, yeah, see, as you can see, I still have the stuff. This is of course the footage from the intro, you know. Yeah, lots of drama. I'm laughing at myself, actually. The Teddy Cool. Yeah, can add, you know, titles and text and all of that stuff. You can do pretty much anything you really need, unless you're some extremely professional YouTuber who has, you know, special needs or wants to entertain a lot, you know, that kind of stuff. And what I use to actually record, because Movavi is used for editing, not for recording. The software I use for recording is this one here. Yeah. I remove myself and you can see all of this. It shows me how loud the microphone gets. I hope it moves in time. If not, if there's a delay, that would be bad. But I would notice that during editing, but then it would be too late. You can, you know, add certain backgrounds, which is now kind of not possible because of the screen in the way. There's a hierarchy. If the screen thing here is on top, then of course the background gets only like a secondary, tertiary priority. Now you see the background. I removed this one, the last background. This is the background, of course, from the beginning and so far. And I have some other ones too for my other channels, because obviously if you have a green screen, you can't really work with a green shirt, right? And therefore I decided to use my Teddy Neptune black gear and have the green background. Yeah, so here. So that's what you have, right? So the video editor usually costs like 50 or something. As I said before, I got it for 30 euros. Important to mention that, of course, not rupees or rubles or something like that. Euros, so a bit more. I think in dollars it would be like 40 maybe, I'm not sure. You can check that out if you want to. And the video recording software, OBS, that is a freeware. You can get it for free. You don't even have to, you know, subscribe to any newsletter or whatever. You just get it. I think I didn't have to do anything. Yeah, I just downloaded it, I believe, because it's a freeware, open source, to be more precise, because freeware itself doesn't mean that you can just use it. Open source is what's important. It's an open source, and yeah, that's what I use. It's very simple, it's cheap, but that's because I'm broke. Yo, yeah, you know, people think that, you know, if you live in Germany, which is like a rich country, you should get a lot of stuff, but it's not true. Okay, this studio here is the former room that my sister used to sleep in. Okay, this is her old bedroom. She moved into a different flat with a friend of hers. They know each other since childhood, so yeah, so they share the renting cost. So not a wealthy family that I have, just so you know. Okay, I know I don't need to explain why I have cheap equipment, just saying you can make cheap stuff work well, even if you are some ghetto project dude like me. Okay, yeah, so that's that. My old room was literally what you saw in my videos. You didn't miss out on anything. You didn't see the balcony door, but it was no use anyway, because since my room was really just an U-boat or submarine, very small, you had my bed, the desk, and all that stuff that I use for recording, and the desk was blocking the door to the balcony. Yo. You know, and then you had the door on the other side, which wasn't in the frame, of course, but there wasn't really much that you needed to see about that door. It's just a door. Okay, I show you a door. Here, this is the door into the corridor hallway, and this is the door between this room and my old room. And yeah, there's some milky glass behind the posters, which is why we have posters. Nice details there. As you can read, Sri Lanka. I'm not an Indian. Some people still get it wrong. People are still wondering, is he an Indian, is he a Pakistani, is he Iranian, is he an Arab, is he a Mexican immigrant? No. But I made a video about that. But not everyone reads or watches or whatever, so whatever. So again, as you can see, now that I have this right position, okay, and the lighting is directed at me, the shade of the cap of course ruins it a little bit. Yeah, wait. So, in case you were wondering whether I had hair or not, I do. My face is clean now. See, it's the shade of my eye sockets. Whatever. Yeah, it is still not perfect. I still need to figure out a little bit. But as you can see, if you're in the right position, if the lighting is perfectly directed, you can make cheap stuff work. Okay, so this streamer webcam I have is this Logitech C something. Not sophisticated, not expensive. Really, I think like 140 euros at the time. I don't know how much it costs today. That the Blue Yeti microphone is a 100 euro microphone, but a good one. Again, if you think it sounds bad, it's because all the background noise. Because a microphone can be great, but if you have all the ventilation and stuff going on, I know it's winter, but laptop and some of the external hard drives also have their own ventilation going on because they do get hot. That is one of the things which I didn't have to worry about in my older videos because I had this silly little thing here. The quality of the voice recording was bad, but I had no background noises. But you know, that's a compromise. One shouldn't forget that if you have a microphone that costs 100, a camera, webcam for 140 euros, those cylindrical LEDs which cost like 20 euros each, I'm not sure entirely, I think it was 20 euros something each, so 40 for both of them. The two lighting stands here with the lamps themselves together as one bundle, 250 euros. And all the external hard drives which I use, I don't use all of them for video, but since video takes up so much space, I had to relocate and so on. So it's still all somehow played, you know, along. And the laptop that I use, which is a gaming laptop, you could have gone cheaper, but you still need a good graphics card for editing video and so on, you know. And the monitor, the gaming monitor, I think the laptop was 1,000 euros, and the monitor was like 600 or something, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. It all adds up, and then the LED stripes, the sockets, your distributors, all that, it costs money. And even this nightstand lamp there that I use down there, even this one cost something. Okay, so it is still not cheap, not really cheap. It is cheap for professionals, it's cheap for some YouTubers who are like well established, I guess. Although I know some really good YouTubers, or successful ones, because whether someone is good or not is subjective, successful ones who also have rather cheap equipment, and I also understand why. Okay, the reason I, despite the possibility of acquiring a better camera, for example, which would be like one investment, and this would last, of course. Despite this, the reason why I stick to this cheap stuff even now is because you have it all set up and it works the way it does now. How do you know that an investment, and keep in mind cameras can cost 1,000, 2,000 euros if they're really good, but even decent ones still cost like 500 or so. Okay, I mean, you could get some very cheap ones from China, but don't. Get this webcam for 140 euros and you have more quality. Trust me. Even if you get all of the stuff, how do you know that it will work properly or work well enough to be worth the investment? Because the step upwards in video quality will not replace how well you perform, before the camera, of course. And so if you, just like me, are not a trained vocalist, then this Blue Yeti for 100 euros is more than you need, because I mean, my voice will sound shitty either way, An expensive condenser microphone is not going to make me sound like Elvis, Yeah, and the camera, as you can see, it is okay. It's okay. It's not perfect, but it's okay. It's great enough, I would say. Yeah. But still needs some sorting. I can still fix things because I just set it up this week. So maybe it will become better quality-wise, video quality-wise. Of course, Teddy Neptune always delivers. Now, if you have questions, if you have suggestions for improvement, criticism, praise, or something like that, now is the time. And you can also be very, critical as well. It's okay. I sometimes get comments like, you should fix your eyebrows. I know they are huge. I know that, okay? Or someone pointed out that my lips look very dry, was concerned that I didn't drink enough water or something. I think it's because I have this habit of biting my lips that it looks like they are dry, but they're just chapped. And I'm an idiot for biting on my lips, but hey, tell a smoker to stop smoking cigarettes. It won't really help much. Bad habits are just there. But you have seen those huge bottles of water next to me in my old room, in my older videos. I did drink water. It's just a habit of biting on my lips, which is bad. I know, okay? And you are absolutely right to point out that it would look better. I mean, if this is improvement, and I mean, there are those videos with, made by women, for example, and they're all styled up and all of that, like they're going out, but they're just at home. They're probably not even dressed properly, it's just a face. And it does attract attention, I guess, so maybe it makes sense. But I don't do that. maybe a little. Okay, so that's one thing, okay? Second thing is, you can of course always, criticize or point out things which I say, which might be wrong or inaccurate or something like that. What I don't like is when people insult me and then say that I can't take criticism because I respond to them accordingly. I mean, I also get some really messed up comments. For example, I've been called a nigger, an Arab terrorist, immigrant, refugee, something like that. Okay, I know I look very racially ambiguous. You don't know if I speak Spanish, black accent, or if I'm going to scream Allahu Akbar or something like that. I know, but please chill, okay? I don't know how this will reflect my channel, but also you. I don't know if maybe there's some system there that will kind of, get you into trouble at some point if you do that. I don't delete comments. Exception, 2 comments. I remember one was just straight up spam because it was also marked as spam by YouTube, and it was about their favorite band, some of the members, the men, how they should dress and apply makeup or something like that to look better. And it was a huge rant about it. Okay, it's not just an advice, it was a rant. Someone took this so too hard. It's weird. And then I looked up this person and their comments on the other videos related to the same band, Nightwish. And yeah, it is spam. The same message everywhere. That comment I deleted because I felt like this person was doing more harm to themselves had I kept the comment there. Cyberbullying. Teddy Neptune prevents cyberbullying. And another comment was something very hateful at the US government because of this thing they did with the Iranian general. And listen, I know sometimes things can get very annoying, frustrating. Politics is one of those things where people sometimes even lose friends over. I know that. But please contain yourself. Don't write a declaration of war or a wanted poster under my videos because I have nothing to do with that. I'm not even orange. But otherwise, of course, absolutely, you can correct me if I say something wrong. You can add some information if I have questions. Okay, here's the thing. I will try not to bite on my lips in the future, okay? I will really. And the eyebrow thing, I mean, it's kind of annoying, but maybe. Alright. Okay, so that's it, okay? That's really it. I think I talked a lot, don't you think? Let me know what you think of this video. And of course, thank you for watching and have a nice day. Stay safe, stay positive, but not COVID-19 positive. That was a bad one. It was almost a dad joke and I'm in my 20s. I don't know what it tells about me. Bye.